Some people started camping out on Tuesday so they could be first in line today.
Now we got a shred sticks, got a propane heater, got bunk beds.
All the necessities for Nate Dogg and his friends to camp out at the Loveland ski area for nearly a week.
Yeah, but we want to secure our spot every year, first chair.
We have to hold down our positions, you know? It's like a thing in life. We gotta stick to something and do it.
And they've been doing it for 7 years. It's paid off so far. For the 7th straight year, Nate Dogg and his snowboard buddies are the first to hit the slopes.
This is the story you can tell your grandchildren when they're younger.
A great story to pass down after a few days of little sleep, but for these die-hard snowboarders and skiers, it was well worth the wait.
It was pretty darn fun, and it's definitely the best conditions we've seen here in at least 4 to 5 years.
Every year it's worth it. Every year it gets better and better.
Nate and his friends plan to camp out again next winter, and who knows, it could be their 8th year taking first chair. At the Loveland Ski Area, I'm Christine Chang, 7 News.
Well, listen, if you want to join Nate Dogg and his friends and head up this weekend, Loveland will start up the lifts tomorrow morning at 8:30.
Hola amigos and amigas, happy Cinco de Mayo, and what a perfect day it is. Cinco de Mayo landing right on Taco Tuesday. Today we're not just celebrating Mexican culture with tacos, margaritas, and good vibes. We're celebrating it with snowboards, pole turns, and one seriously spicy film. Today I want to tell you about our latest creation from PinPin Films, PinPin Cinco De Mullet, also known as PinPin 5. This one is different. This one is extra, like guacamole. We took the banditos on a wild journey through every kind of terrain we could find. Snorkel deep powder days that felt like private heaven. Creative urban jibs where the streets became our playground. And innovative backcountry jumps that pushed the limits. All while chasing the holy grail, senoritas, margaritas, sombreros, and that tangy, fresh guacamole that makes everything better. What makes this film special is how it strays from the normal snowboard video formula. We blended high-energy snowboarding with pinball flair, and a full-on taste of Mexico. You'll see tricks that hit like flippers, lines that flow like a great salsa beat, and a whole lot of mullet energy. Business in the front, party in the back. It's ridiculous, it's colorful, and it's exactly what snowboarding needs right now. At its heart, PinPin Cinco De Mullet is a reminder of why we all started riding in the first place. To have fun, to be creative, and to celebrate with the homies. Whether you're charging big mountain lines or just sessions the local park, this film is for everyone who believes snowboarding should stay spicy and full of life. So tonight, as you crush those tacos and maybe sip a little something festive, I invite you to join the fiesta. Watch PinPin Cinco De Mullet. Turn the volume up and let it remind you that snowboarding is still supposed to be fun. Arriba. Gracias. Now let's keep the good times rolling. And somebody pass the 7-layer guacamole and bean dip. It has been a year of showing up. There is a big spring snowstorm in the forecast. Tomorrow could be one of the biggest powder days of the 25-26 season. There's a moment before the mountain wakes up, when everything is still. The parking lot is quiet, the air is sharp, and the world feels paused in that space between night and morning. Your breath hangs in front of you, visible in the cold, and every step you take crunches against frozen ground. No music, no voices, no lift spinning, just silence, and the faint sense that you're somewhere you're not supposed to be yet. And in that silence, a question always seems to surface. Why am I here? Nobody has to be here this early. Nobody is forcing you out of a warm bed at 4 in the morning. Nobody is asking you to stand in the dark, in the cold, waiting for something that, on the surface, lasts only a few minutes. A single ride up. A single run down. That's all it is. That's all it's ever been. And yet, you're here anyway, because it isn't about the run. It's never really been about the run. It's about something deeper, something harder to explain, something that pulls at you long before the sun comes up and long after the lifts stop spinning. It's a feeling more than a reason, a quiet obsession that doesn't need validation, only action. It starts like it does for everyone with opening day. Opening day doesn't look impressive. The snow is thin, barely covering the ground in places, and the runs are short and crowded. You can see patches of dirt and rock just off the trail, reminders that winter hasn't fully arrived yet. The lift lines are long, packed with people who have been waiting months for this moment, all funneling into a narrow strip of snow that represents the beginning of something bigger. But none of that matters. Opening day feels like possibility. It feels like a reset, like a line drawn in the snow where everything before it no longer counts. Whatever the last season was, whatever life looked like before this moment, it all fades into the background. What matters is that it's starting again, that you're here to witness it, that you're part of it. You can see it in people's faces. The smiles come easily, the energy feels contagious, and there's a shared understanding between strangers that doesn't need to be spoken out loud. Everyone here chose this. Everyone here woke up early, drove in the dark, and stood in the cold for the same reason, even if they couldn't fully explain it. And then, almost quietly, the lift starts spinning. It's a small moment, easy to miss if you're not paying attention, but it changes everything. The season has begun. Just like that, the waiting is over and the movement begins. At first it's all excitement. Every turn feels new again. Every ride up the lift feels like part of something bigger. But as the days pass, something shifts. The energy of opening day fades, replaced by something quieter, something more demanding. Because after opening day, it gets hard. There are mornings when the alarm goes off and your body doesn't want to move. When the warmth of the bed feels heavier than your commitment. You lie there for a moment, staring at the ceiling, knowing exactly what waits for you outside. The cold, the darkness, the effort. And for a split second, you consider staying. There are days when the weather doesn't cooperate. The wind cuts through every layer, the snow is icy or slushy or non-existent, and the conditions feel like a challenge rather than a reward. There are long lift lines, slow chairs, and moments where nothing goes the way you want it to, and that's when the question comes back. Is this worth it? Because chasing something every single day changes it. It strips away the novelty and replaces it with choice. It forces you to confront the reality of what you're doing over and over again until the excitement is no longer enough to carry you forward. One day turns into 5, 5 turns into 20, 20 turns into 100, and somewhere along the way, the meaning shifts. It stops being about first chair, about being first on the lift, or capturing a moment that few others experience. It becomes about not breaking the streak. Now it's something else entirely. It's identity, it's discipline, it's a promise you made to yourself, whether you realized it or not. Because nobody sees the hard days. Nobody feels the soreness in your legs or the fatigue that builds over time. Nobody hears the internal conversations, the doubt that creeps in when the motivation fades. From the outside, it might look simple. It might even look easy. But you know better. You know what it takes to keep showing up. And then, inevitably, something gives. Maybe it's a fall. A moment where everything moves too fast, where control slips away, and you hit the ground harder than expected. Maybe it's not even dramatic. Maybe it's just exhaustion, finally catching up, a quiet realization that your body is reaching its limit. You sit there for a moment, the world muted, the energy gone, and the question returns, clearer than ever. Why am I doing this? This is the moment that matters most. Not the perfect runs or the ideal conditions, not the days that look good on camera or feel easy to share. This moment, right here, where it would be easier to stop, where quitting would make sense, where nobody would blame you for walking away. But you don't, because somewhere along the way, this stopped being about convenience. It stopped being about conditions or outcomes, or even enjoyment in the traditional sense. It became something deeper, something rooted in who you are rather than what you do. And you're not alone. That's something you start to notice more as time goes on. The same faces in line, the same people showing up early, standing in the cold, chasing the same quiet goal. You don't always know their names, and you don't always need to. There's a recognition there, an unspoken connection that forms through shared experience. You see it in a nod, a quick conversation, a laugh in the lift line, small moments that remind you this isn't just an individual pursuit. It's a community, built not on words, but on action. On the simple fact that you all chose to be there, again and again, no matter how hard it got. At some point, you start to document it. You take out a camera. Not because everything looks perfect, but because it doesn't. Because there's something real about the struggle, something worth capturing in the imperfections. The early mornings, the long days, the moments of doubt, and the moments of quiet satisfaction. You realize that one day all of this will be gone. The season will end, the snow will melt, and the lifts will stop spinning. What felt constant will disappear, just like it always does. And all you'll have left are the moments you chose to keep. So you keep filming. You keep showing up. You keep building something that goes beyond the individual days and becomes a story, one that only makes sense when you look at it as a whole. Somewhere along the way, without even realizing it, you change. The early mornings don't feel as hard. The cold doesn't feel as sharp. The doubts don't carry the same weight they once did. It's not that the challenges disappear. It's that you've adapted to them. You've grown into them. Showing up is no longer something you force yourself to do. It's just what you do. And that's when it becomes clear. After 192 days on hill for this 25-26 season, after every early morning and every difficult decision, after every moment of doubt and every reason to stop, the lesson isn't what you expected. It's not just about first chair each day. It never was. It's about showing up when it's hard, continuing when it's uncomfortable, believing in something when there's no guarantee of what you'll get in return, because most people are waiting for better conditions, for more motivation, for the perfect moment to begin. They tell themselves they'll start when everything lines up, when it feels right, when it makes sense, but that moment never comes. It has to be created, and it's created the same way every single time, by making the choice to go, even when it would be easier to stay, by stepping into the cold, into the dark, into the unknown, and trusting that something on the other side makes it worth it. So when the alarm goes off tomorrow morning and the world is quiet and the bed is warm, and you have that moment where you can choose one way or the other, remember this, there's a lift spinning somewhere, and someone is about to take first chair. There's no reason it can't be you.
Pinball.